Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ali's Take. We're not drinking tea today. We got a big cup of Joe, and we're going to be sitting here discussing why this Higuain transfer, going to Chelsea is extremely problematic for the rest of the league. So before I continue with this video, I want to explain that yes, it is totally obvious that Higuain going to Chelsea is problematic. Okay, he's a great player. He's fast. He's strong. Unreal finisher. If you zoom in, okay, if you concentrate and you look a little deeper, okay, it actually shows, okay, statistically on Chelsea's part that a player like Higuain, a striker, like Higuain going to Chelsea, okay, is going to be extremely problematic for the rest of the league. And I'm talking about, I'm looking at the five, the top 5 teams right now. Okay, that will include both Manchester United and Arsenal because they're both tied for 5th, Tottenham, Man City, and Liverpool. So one thing I want to explain is, yes, I know it is obvious that a player like Higuain going to a team like Chelsea would be problematic. If anything, pick most of the teams in all, top 5 leagues. If Higuain went there, it would be problematic for the league. I understand that he's a great player. He's a great striker. He's fast. He's strong. He's a great finisher, great in the air. I would say is that he does go missing in some games. Stan was not the best because he's getting kind of older and he's a bigger guy. But if you look at a team like Chelsea, okay, and what they need a player like Higuain. When I say it's problematic for the league, I'm talking about the first 5 teams, or the top 5 teams. Okay, so that's Liverpool in 1st, City and Tottenham in 3rd, and then tied for 5th, we both have Arsenal and Manchester United. Chelsea's sitting at 4th place right now. Okay, one thing that teams will start to take advantage of, everybody, or I can say the 3 teams under Tottenham, so Chelsea, Manchester United and Arsenal, what they're taking advantage of is the fact that Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Dembele, and Son are out for Tottenham. Okay, Son, you have him playing in the Asian Cup. Dembele has moved to China. You have Dele Alli, both Harry Kane, who are both out for a little bit, or Harry Kane until March. Okay, so you're looking at those 3 teams taking advantage of the fact that Tottenham doesn't have any players right now. They don't have their best players to help them win. One thing that Chelsea did is they grabbed Higuain, which is the exact type of player that they need for the rest of the season. For instance, if you look at the percentage, okay, of Tottenham, City, and Liverpool, they have a higher percentage to shots to goals than Chelsea does. I'm not talking about shots on net, shots that are blocked, shots that come close to the keeper that make him move. I'm talking about how many shots they take in a game to how many goals they have in the season. Okay, so you're looking at Chelsea sitting at 11%. Okay, then you both have Liverpool and City sitting at 15%. Okay, and then you have Tottenham sitting at 16%, which is pretty good. Okay, but not, and that's what you get from the 3 teams that are ahead of them in the league. Okay, City and Liverpool, considered to be one of the best teams in Europe, especially. Okay, even if you look at Arsenal and Man United, okay, Man United, who are people are calling dog shit, the worst start of the season, have 14% to shot to goal. Okay, and Arsenal sitting at the top of the league, or the top 5 teams, okay, with 17%. Do you know what the difference between Arsenal and the rest of the teams in this league did? Is Arsenal focused on their attack. They got Aubameyang and Lacazette, okay, who are both informed strikers right now, top class, world class, top tier strikers. And that's why they're sitting at 289 shots and like 46, 48 goals right now. Might even be a little higher than that. Okay, so they're sitting at the highest with 17%. That's beating Liverpool, that's beating City, that's beating Tottenham and Chelsea. Okay, and they're tied for 5th place. Okay, what if we look at Chelsea, is that they don't have a goal scorer. They don't have somebody in the final third. Okay, yes, I understand Hazard is a great player. Willian is a great player. Okay, Giroud, everybody wants to say, he's one of the best players in the world. He had for one of the best strikers in the world for, stop and play, post up on a player. Everybody's talking about how, yes, he had a great World Cup. I can see why Chelsea bought him, blah, blah, blah. Well, obviously, it's not fucking working when it comes to the goals. Okay, yes, I understand the fourth place, which is fantastic. But what would you expect from a team like Chelsea with the players that Chelsea has? I mean, they have Conte, Jorginho, probably two of the best center mids. Conte, as everybody praises him as the best center defensive mid. Okay, you have Hazard, who Chelsea players like to call the best player in the world. I wouldn't put him up there as some of the best players in the world. Definitely best players in the league for sure. Okay, I mean, yes, obviously Morata was a flop. Okay, he's I don't know how many games he actually played good. I think he played one good game in the FA Cup, but that was about it. Okay, but one thing that Chelsea lacks is a striker. And it's a good striker, I should say, a world class, top tier striker, and they're getting that in Higuain. He can post up like Giroud does, but he's also quick for his size and has a great finish. And I totally agree that when a new player, a player that comes from a different league that goes into the Prem, they have a hard time adapting, which is totally understandable. Okay, but we're also looking at a player, Higuain, who has, tied with the record or has the record of 36 goals in the league in the Serie A, okay, when he played on Napoli, okay, and, he has 36 goals in the league that, the world calls the best defensive league in the world. Okay, obviously Serie A is blessed with great defenders, players like Napoli, Juve, Inter have a lot of great players. Roma has a great defense. Okay, so you're looking at a team like that, okay, or a league like that, I should say. Okay, and you're also looking at the fact that when he tied that record of 36 goals, he was managed by none other than Sarri, okay, and in his midfield, he had none other than Jorginho. Okay, I understand it's two players or one player that's going to make a difference, but he's already going to a team, okay, that he has chemistry with. I mean, he's only played with one of the players in the last couple of years, but I mean, you're also looking at the fact that he's being managed by, arguably, we don't know this, but his favorite coach. Okay, so with all this being said, I understand that, Higuain is a great player and it's obvious, but if you look at the stats like I just pointed out, or if you look at, not looking at the bigger picture, like I said, if you zoom in a little bit and you take a closer look, Chelsea is probably the best team that Higuain could have went to in the Prem. Okay, probably not in the world, but like I said, with, Arsenal, Man United kind of both being shaky. I know that Man United, like I said in my last video, is building up momentum. Arsenal kind of slowed down from their unbeaten one. I think it was 22 games unbeaten, and then Spurs, who are kind of in a dilemma right now, where, like I said, they're missing four players that are extremely crucial to their team, and now Chelsea, who needed a top tier striker, world class striker, just got one in Higuain. So for the remainder of the season, we don't know what's going to happen, and that's the whole point of this video. It's going to be problematic for the rest of the league, aka the top 5 teams. Okay, Chelsea, with Higuain playing with Jorginho, with Pedro, who's probably their most underrated player right now, Hazard, Conte not having to worry to be in the attack anymore because they actually have a striker who can put the ball in the net. Okay, so if you're a Chelsea fan, you're probably the fucking happiest person in the world. And if you're a fan of any of the top 5 teams, okay, you should probably be pretty worried, because I am. Okay, because I know at the same time they also signed Christian Pulisic, who's going to come in the summer, who's a great player and has so much room for improvement, and he's still so good. Okay, so that's just going to be the end of the video, guys. I just wanted to point some of those things out. Right when I heard that Higuain was going to Chelsea, I knew for sure if I took a deeper look that, like I said, it's going to be problematic. Okay, that's the fucking word for the video. But yes, that's the end of the video, guys. If you guys like this video, please make sure to hit a like. If you're new to the channel, if you just happen to just click on this video, make sure you give me a subscribe, and I'm out.